A woman wakes up in a motel room, soaked in blood, none of it hers. Her hands tremble as she stares at a half-burned driver's license on the floor. It's her face, but the name isn't hers. The door to the bathroom creaks open behind her. There's someone inside. She hasn't said a word since Tuesday. It's now Sunday, and she has no idea where she's been. The first thing she feels is the cold. Not just the sharp chill of an underheated room in mid-November, but something deeper, primal. A cold that sinks into her bones like grief. She opens her eyes. The ceiling is water-stained and cracked, the kind of place that used to be a decent roadside stop until someone stopped caring. A buzzing light hums above her, flickering just enough to make the headache behind her eyes bloom. She's on the floor. Her fingers are stiff, coated in a tacky rust brown. Blood. Her breath catches in her throat. She jerks up. It's not her blood. Her clothes are soaked, her sweater matted to her skin. Her jeans are heavy, sticking to her thighs. There's blood on the wall, a smear leading toward the bathroom door, which is slightly ajar. She stares at it, unable to look away. The silence is too loud. She looks down. On the floor beside her, blackened on one edge, is a half-burned driver's license. She reaches for it with a trembling hand, flipping it over. Her picture. But the name reads, Danielle Harper. That's not her name. Or is it? She tries to remember. Anything. A parent's face. A birthday. The name of a high school. But all that comes as static. Fog. Something is broken in her head, cracked open and emptied like a shell. She stands on shaky legs, steadying herself against the wall. Her vision tilts sideways, nausea threatening. There's a loud thump from behind the bathroom door. She freezes. Hello. Her voice is hoarse, raw like she's been screaming. No answer. She reaches for something. Anything. And finds a broken lamp beside the bed. The ceramic is jagged, heavy in her grip. She tiptoes to the bathroom and pushes the door open slowly. Nothing. Just a shattered mirror, a cracked sink, and a blood-stained towel on the floor. A man's coat lies balled up in the tub. There's a scent in the air, metallic and sour. The kind that clings to trauma. She backs out slowly, heart hammering. In the nightstand, she finds a prepaid flip phone. The last call was made 5 days ago. No number saved. No texts. The contact just reads, 5th room. She dials it. No ring. Just a voice, hers. If you're hearing this, I'm sorry. You shouldn't have come back. You need to leave before he finds out what you remembered. Go to the 5th room. Check the drawer. Click. She drops the phone. What 5th room? Whose voice was that? She looks outside the motel window. Snow is falling, thick and silent. There's no one in the parking lot. Just her car, a black sedan she doesn't recognize, with a shattered windshield and a long crack down the side. She needs help. The kind you don't call the cops for. She finds a wallet inside the coat pocket. More IDs, all with her photo. For names. For addresses. For different lives. And on the back of each, a Roman numeral. I-2. 3, 4. But no V. She walks to the mirror. Who the hell am I? Behind her, in the reflection, the bathroom door creaks open again. She doesn't sleep that night. Instead, she drives. Miles of black road stretch out before her under a sky so dark it feels hollow. The snow thickens, blanketing the world in silence. The radio is dead. Her knuckles grip the wheel like they're the only thing keeping her tethered to the earth. The wallet sits on the passenger seat, IDs fanned out like a deck of lies. Danielle Harper. Aaron Lawson. Chelsea Wynn. Maya Caldwell. And one more. The one she found in the glove box an hour into the drive. Lena Shaw. This one feels different. Not familiar exactly, but less foreign. The address reads 63 West Bend Avenue, Blakemont, New York. She doesn't remember driving there. But when she pulls onto the street and sees the house, 2 stories, white porch, Christmas lights still clinging to the eaves like dead skin, her chest tightens. Something shifts in her brain. A crack. A pulse of something dangerous and buried. She parks down the block. The front porch light is off, but a lamp flickers in an upstairs room. She walks up the driveway, every footstep muffled by snow. Her boots are still stained red. She should feel afraid. She should feel something. But all she feels is the pull of the 5th room. The key she found in her coat pocket works. The house smells like cedar and lavender and something faintly chemical. It's clean. Too clean. Like a place waiting for someone to return. Or like it's been staged. She walks down the hall. Photographs line the wall, all face down, turn to the plaster. She reaches out and flips one over. A woman, her, holding a little boy, 5, maybe 6, smiling wide with cake on his cheeks. The woman, Lena? Danielle? Looks happy. The boy looks like he belongs to her. She feels it before she understands it. Love. Then she sees it. A note taped to the photo. Room V. Drawer. Before 2 a.m. She glances at her watch. 1:47. Upstairs, there are 4 doors. One is slightly ajar. A child's room, bright blue walls, tiny sneakers lined up in a row. A 5th door is at the end of the hall. Closed. Padlocked. She tries the key. It clicks. Inside, the room is dark, almost bare. A twin bed. A desk. A dresser. No windows. Walls painted gray. There's a mirror on the far side, covered in black cloth. Her heart is pounding now. She opens the drawer. Inside, a notebook. Leather-bound. Worn at the edges. Her hands shake as she opens to the first page. If you're reading this, you found your way back. That means something's gone wrong. Again, the writing is hers. You've done this before. 4 times. Maybe more. Every time you start to remember, you end up here. And every time, you run. But this time, you need to finish it. She flips to the next page. There's a list. Maya, drowned. Chelsea, overdose staged. Aaron, found in freezer. Danielle, motel setup incomplete. Lena? She feels like the floor is tilting. Each name is a version of her. Each death, a role played. A life discarded. And then, at the bottom of the page, find the boy. He's real. And he remembers. They don't know that yet. She stumbles back. Behind her, the mirror cloth slips. In the reflection, not just her face. A child, standing behind her. And he's crying. She spins around, heart ricocheting against her ribs. The room is empty. No child. No sound. Just the soft hum of a house pretending to sleep. But the image, that reflection, burns behind her eyes. A little boy. Brown curls. Tear-streaked cheeks. Standing just behind her shoulder like he'd been waiting for her to see him. She looks back at the mirror. The cloth has pulled at its base. The surface is cracked down the middle, but there's nothing there now except her own haunted face. She backs out of the room. The notebook is clutched tight in her fist. Its pages feel like a confession, but she doesn't know if she's the victim or the monster. Her breath comes in short bursts as she moves down the stairs, eyes flicking to every shadow, every door frame. In the kitchen, the refrigerator hums. A calendar hangs on the wall, each square crossed out with red marker until November 17th, is circled. Today. The back door creaks open. She startles. A boy stands in the snow. The same one. He doesn't run. Doesn't speak. Just looks at her with wide, waiting eyes. She opens the door slowly. Who are you? She asks, her voice paper thin. He doesn't answer. Instead, he reaches into his jacket and pulls out a folded piece of paper. She takes it. It's a drawing, crude, but clear. 5 stick figures, each with a different name above them. Maya, Chelsea, Aaron, Danielle, Lena, and next to them, a figure crossed out in black. Underneath, he's watching. She kneels. Did you draw this? He nods, lip trembling. Who's watching? His hand jerks toward the house. Not this house. The one next door. She turns to look. It's dark. Windows boarded. Yard overgrown and dead. But in the upstairs window, a faint glint. Like glass. She grabs his hand. We have to go, she says. Now. He doesn't move. You said that last time, he whispers. The world narrows around her. Last time. The boy's face crumples. You forget. Every time. You come back and forget me. A pressure builds in her skull. Images flicker like film caught in a reel. A bathtub full of red water. A scream echoing in a tiled room. A man's face, blurred like static. She clutches her temples. I don't remember. You said to wait. In the 5th room. But he found me first. Tears spill down his cheeks. He looks over her shoulder. And in the reflection of the microwave door, she sees it. A figure standing in the hallway behind them. Tall. Still. Watching. She turns. No one. But the air is cold again. That same bone-deep cold from the motel. The boy backs away, toward the snow. I shouldn't be here. He knows now. Wait, what's your name? She calls out. But he's already fading into the dark, swallowed by falling snow. She turns back toward the notebook. Toward the names. Toward the life she can't remember. And sees, written in a new hand, fresh and damp. You're running out of time, Lena. Room 6 is already open. Snow crushes softly under her boots as she walks the narrow alley between the two houses. The wind bites through her coat, but she barely feels it. The boy's drawing is still in her hand. He's watching. The house next door looms like a memory she's not allowed to have, a Victorian relic with warped siding and nailed-shut windows. But one window on the second floor is open just a crack, enough to let in the cold, or let something out. Her breath clouds in front of her as she tries the back door. Unlocked. The smell hits her first. Mildew. Rot. Something else, chemical, artificial, masking decay. A layered scent of secrets and sterilization. She steps inside. It's dark, save for the flicker of a broken ceiling bulb that strobes the room like a dying heartbeat. Furniture is covered in white sheets. The wallpaper is peeling, water-stained and curling like dead skin. She moves carefully, guided by something deeper than memory. A knowing that doesn't belong to her, but feels like home. In the living room, there's a circle of mismatched chairs, each with a name tag duct taped to the back. Maya, Chelsea, Aaron, Danielle, Lena, and one more chair. Empty. Tag missing. On the coffee table sits a tape recorder. She presses play. A man's voice crackles through. She's responded well to segmentation. Integration remains elusive. Each persona holds a fragment: trauma protection, emotional release, seduction, obedience, compliance. But the core remains buried. She stiffens. He's talking about her. I believe the child may be a breach, a residual imprint. The experiment was never meant to involve him. The tape stops. The basement door creaks open behind her. She shouldn't go down. She does. The stairs are steep, rotting in places. At the bottom, a cement floor, stained and cracked. Medical equipment lines the walls for bags, restraints, a metal cot with leather straps. On the wall, a corkboard. Photos pinned in rows. Her face over and over again. Different names. Different outfits. Some surveillance style. Some clearly staged. In the center, a photo of the boy. Name unknown. Estimated age, 6. Underneath, removed from memory core post-incident. Subject unstable. She staggers back, while rising in her throat. This isn't just her story. It's a program. A test. She's been built. The overhead light flickers and dies. Footsteps echo above. She bolts up the stairs, heart in her mouth. Bursts into the living room, but the chairs are gone. So is the tape. The house is silent again. Only one thing is new. A Polaroid on the floor. She picks it up. It's her. Strapped to the cot downstairs. Eyes open. Mouth screaming. Written on the back, "You're almost home." Room 7 is waiting. And in the corner of the photo, a reflection in the mirror behind her strapped body. The boy. Smiling. The snow has stopped by the time she steps outside. The world is dead quiet, the kind of silence that presses against your skin like a threat. No wind. No birds. Just the soft crunch of her boots as she moves back toward the house that used to be hers. Lena's. She clutches the Polaroid tight, thumb brushing the image again and again. The boy. The mirror. The smile. She doesn't know what it means yet, but it's not the smile of a frightened child. It's the smile of someone who's winning. Inside the house, everything feels wrong. The temperature has dropped. Lights are dimmer. The fifth room door, the one she thought she'd locked, hangs open now. Just slightly. Like it's breathing. She doesn't go in. She walks past it toward the attic steps. She doesn't know how she knows, but she knows room 7 isn't a room with a number. It's above the others. Watching. Waiting. The attic ladder groans as she pulls it down. Dust spills like ash. She climbs. The attic is pitch black. She fumbles for the pull chain and tugs. Light floods the space, and she stumbles back. Mirrors. Everywhere. Floor to ceiling, propped against beams, hung from rafters. Some shattered. Some intact. And each one shows a different version of her. Some young. Some bruised. Some smiling. Some screaming. And in every single one, the boy. But never in the same place. In one, he's holding her hand. In another, he's drawing on the wall in red. In one, he's behind her, arms around her waist. In one, he's dragging her by the wrist toward the cot in the basement. She backs away, heart pounding. A single chair sits in the middle of the room. A spotlight shines directly on it. On the seat, another notebook. She opens it. This one is different. Her integration log, subject LS. Each page is clinical. Cold. Notes on behaviors, breakthroughs, regressions. 1012, Lena accessed fragments of Aaron's trauma during simulation. October 27th, subject attempted escape during Chelsea protocol. Memory wipe incomplete. November 1st, Danielle sequence interrupted by presence of residual hallucination. Child construct remains unstable. And then, November 16th, fifth room unlocked prematurely. Subject interacting with the hallucination again. He's getting stronger. Mirror behaviors have intensified. Her hands shake. He's not a hallucination. Or if he is, he's not hers. She looks up. In the largest mirror, directly ahead, the boy stands next to her reflection. Not in the room, just in the glass. And he's whispering. She steps closer. His lips move in silence. Over and over. You did this. You made me. A rush of sound explodes in her ears, screaming, water rushing, metal doors slamming. The attic spins. She clutches her head, trying to force the memory back, force the truth out. And then as she sees it, a woman in a hospital bed. Tubes. Machines. Wires taped to her skull. Her. Surrounded by glass. And behind the observation window, the boy. Watching. She screams. Everything goes black. She wakes on the attic floor, cold pressing into her spine like ice fingers. No light. Just breath. Hers. And someone else's. She doesn't move. Doesn't blink. Just listens. There, the sound of soft breathing, somewhere behind her. Slow. Rhythmic. Almost deliberate. She turns her head. Nothing. No one. But her reflection in the mirror closest to her is wrong. It's standing. Watching. Her legs refuse to move. Her body is paralyzed with something deeper than fear, recognition. Something in her knows what's coming. Like the air before a lightning strike. The mirror self lifts a hand and points. Behind her. She turns. The boy stands at the attic ladder. He's older now. Not 6, maybe 10. Taller. His eyes colder. Less lost. He speaks for the first time without whispering. You promised you'd stop. She pushes herself to her feet. What did I do to you? You left me, he says. You made me. And then you buried me. I don't understand it. You will. The attic shifts. The walls ripple like water. Mirrors melt into smoke. She's falling, and she doesn't remember when the floor disappeared. Then as she's standing. In a hospital. Fluorescent lights buzz overhead. A machine beeps in a corner. The walls are padded. Through a thick glass window, a team of doctors watches. Taking notes. She turns to the bed. Her body lies there. Comatose. Tubes run into her arms. Electrodes dot her scalp. She looks peaceful. Sedated. Like she's been here for a long, long time. And beside the bed, on a small chair, the boy. But now she sees it. His skin isn't quite right. His eyes too symmetrical. There's something artificial about him, like a photograph brought to life. He looks up at her. I was your guilt. Your fear. Your pain. You created me when you couldn't handle what you did. She whispers, what did I do? He stands, walks to the mirror on the far wall. Presses his hand to it. You erased it. Over and over. Every time it came back, you split it off. You made me hold it. But I remember everything. She steps toward the glass. Show me. His eyes lock onto hers. And he does. The scene blisters to life around her. She's in a different room. White tiles. Bright lights. A metal table. A child, the real boy, is strapped down, screaming. She's standing over him. Cold. Detached. Clipboard in hand. An experiment. A test. She was the one running it. She was never the victim. She was the architect. She was Dr. Lena Shaw. The child, the real one, had died. An overdose during a memory segmentation trial. And to cope with her role in it, she created alters. Personas to live the trauma, to shield her from the truth. The boy she's been seeing? Just a fragment. The guilt. The memory she buried. And now, he's taking her back. Her knees buckle. The attic reforms around her. Only one mirror remains. Her reflection is whole now. No versions. Just her. And behind her reflection, the boy. Smiling. Again. But this time, there's no malice. No sorrow. Only peace. He says one last thing. It's time to wake up. The world reassembles slowly. White light bleeds through the edges of her vision like the burn of a long-forgotten memory. There's a hum, low, mechanical, steady. The scent of antiseptic hangs in the air. She blinks. A ceiling. Plain. Industrial. Hospital. Her body feels heavy, like it's been underwater. Tubes run from her arms, her mouth dry and cracked. Muscles ache with atrophy. She tries to speak, but only a rasp escapes. A voice murmurs nearby. Calm. Professional. She's waking up. Footsteps approach. She turns her head with effort. A man in a lab coat stands over her. Mid-50s. Glasses. Clipboard. He looks exhausted, but not surprised. Dr. Shaw, he says. Welcome back. That name. Her name. It doesn't feel foreign anymore. It feels like the truth finally cutting through static. Her mind races. The experiments. The child. The mirrors. The altars. It all happened. Not in the world, but in her own mind. A self-imposed labyrinth of guilt. She tries to speak again. The man gently removes the oxygen mask. Don't strain yourself. You've been under for over 6 months. The integration protocol was unprecedented. He sets down the clipboard, pulls a chair close. You were found in your lab, mid-procedure. The memory wipe was incomplete. You'd left audio logs. Instructions. A trail. His voice softens. You were trying to fix what you broke. Her throat tightens. The boy, she rasps. The doctor nods. No one else saw him, but we know who he was. He hands her a photograph. A child. Brown curls. Big eyes. Smiling shyly. The real boy. Eli Jansen. Age 7. Orphaned. He was your subject in Trial 12. Memory implantation study. You were trying to isolate trauma, reassign it. Externalize it. He pauses. It went wrong. The dosage. He had a seizure. Never regained consciousness. He died in your lab. You broke. Her hand clenches the bedsheet. The memory uncoils in full now. Eli screaming. The cold detachment of science overriding morality. Her voice telling the others to hold him down. The moment it all stopped, and she realized what she'd done. The guilt didn't kill her, but it tried. So she buried it. Split herself. Created new identities to house the unbearable truth. Each one designed to suffer in her place. Maya's despair. Chelsea's addiction. Aaron's fear. Danielle's confusion. Lena's search. Each one a prison of her own design. The fifth room was never a location. It was the final layer before she could face what she'd done. Room 7 was this. Reality. The doctor stands. You're the first to ever reintegrate fully. It's a miracle, but it's also dangerous. He leans closer. You remember everything now. That makes you liable. Her eyes sharpen. What happens to me? He hesitates. That's up to them. Behind the glass, a panel of faces watches. Not mirrors. People. Lawyers. Ethicists. Government officials. Because her work hadn't just been personal. It had been funded. And now, there would be consequences. As the gurney is wheeled from the recovery room, she passes a child in the hallway. Brown curls. Big eyes. He turns to her. Smiles. And vanishes. She closes her eyes. He's not gone. He'll never be gone. But for the first time, she's not running from him. She's walking into the judgment she deserves.